obviously there's a lot of talk about which right backs are going to go to the Euros, right? And obviously the three main contenders: Glenn Johnson, Carl Walker, and Mika Richards.
Yeah.
And it seems like obviously Glenn Johnson's kind of number one at the moment, where he was under Capella. And I'm not sure which right back Harry Redknapp will select, but well, if Harry Redknapp does take over.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah.
but watching Glenn Johnson at the weekend, it seems like he still hasn't learned like how to defend. Still, it seems like he's just going to be a right back his whole career that couldn't really defend but could attack. And I just think like it's really unfair on Mika Richards if he doesn't go and be the first choice right back. You know, that's my opinion.
Do you know what I want to count? Do you know I want to counter that? And the reason being, sorry, Jesse, to cut you.
No. Go ahead.
The reason, I'll be writing after you. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. The reason why I want to counter that is because at the end of the day, you got to look at it this way, buddy. With Micah Richards. Oh God! Who was it? Who was it against a few weeks ago at the Etihad? Where match of the day, they did a whole feature. I think it might have been against Newcastle a few weeks back, where at the Etihad they did a whole feature about Micah Richards, and not one of those clips was about him defending. It was all about him attacking, and he's supposed to be a right back. For me, that typifies Micah Richards, and that is why Micah Richards hasn't gotten ahead of Glenn Johnson, because the same deficiencies that Glenn Johnson might have coming back is the exact same deficiencies that Micah Richards has coming back as well.
Do you not think Micah Richards is a better defender than Glenn Johnson?
No.
Really?
No. I think Johnson ever so slightly edges him on experience. And in terms of tackling, I'm saying this as a defender, not even as a Liverpool fan. I'm actually saying this legitimately as a defender.
Whatever you say, whatever you say.
No, you know. Can I just say I'm not sure Man City fans would swap Richards for Glenn Johnson, but there you go.
Well, it's one of them. It's one of them. Whether they would or wouldn't.
Yeah.
But but at the same time, it's a case of they've both got the same deficiencies, but Glenn Johnson just edges him out on experience. That's how I would see it. I mean, Micah Richards is always seen as positionally poor.
To jump in, I think that if I was offered a swap deal in FIFA Ultimate Team of Micah Richards and Glenn Johnson, I would stick with Micah Richards. I wouldn't take Glenn Johnson. And on top of that, I honestly think that Glenn Johnson has all the chance in the world of going as a right midfielder. There's no reason for him not to go as a right midfielder, but
with guys like Young and Lennon in front of him then?
Well, I will say this. For all the use that Stuart Downing has been, right, as a wide man,
I know where he's going with this.
I would take him out and I'd put Glenn Johnson in.